Give me that live juice.
Here it comes.
Ooh.
And I'm in. Oh, using it after.
Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live-streamed Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition online role-playing adventures. Stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. You can watch all of our D&D live series as well as reviews and Let's Plays on my YouTube channel, and read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com. Head on over to Chat for the Lost Plane after our show tonight for our live post-session discussion. You can follow me on Twitter at RogueWatson and join our official Discord discussion group with invite link in the description below. You can support the channel at patreon.com/RogueWatson. Shoutouts to Platinum patrons Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Manuel, Basil, Huskarl124, Wizard Princess, my favorite D&D player, and Christopher. And gold patrons RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy Numa, Marcos, Dave Vicente, Gilberto, Sean, AK, Cert to be Adam, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, Arash, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Fatboy, 619, Sklenia, Nick. Also shout out to new Copper patron Carissa. Thank you all very much for your support.
I am Chris, your Dungeon Master. I am joined by our awesome players. Reese playing the Warforged War Cleric, Tim.
I am unmuted now. All right.
Yes, you are. Raymond playing the half-elf assassin rogue, Kethra.
Hello.
Hello. Rochelle playing the Triton Lorebard champion fighter, Gillian Flounderson.
Hello.
Hello. Heather playing the human Oath of Devotion paladin, Scarlet O'Fair. I think she's trying to plug in a new microphone.
Yeah.
So, move on to Eric playing the tiefling Monster Slayer Ranger Fiend Warlock Kalen Cazador.
Hello.
We use Roll20.net for our campaign, Discord for video chat, and stream it all using open broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Previously on War for the Lost Plane. I'm going to move you guys to the map while I talk.
To the map.
The adventurers, surrounded by fiends, were undeterred. Bone Devils, Nikolos, Caneloths, and Hellhounds charged them. Before most were even able to attack, Kalen scattered a group of them with a fear spell, and Tim called upon his divine magic to banish them back to their hellish source. The others engaged the two remaining devils, cutting one down quickly, but not before it pierced a grievous wound into Scarlet. For the other Bone Devil, Kethra wanted to get creative, using the forest against her enemy, pushing it into the tempestuous vines. Immediately, the forest reacted, spiked vines plunging into the devil, thorns exploding into it from nearby trees. With the fiends put down, the party continued carefully on through the one wood. They settled for another hutless, campless rest, but found themselves taunted by the remaining Nikoloth, which had fled the recent battle. Kalen and Kethra hunted for it through the night, but it remained aloft, using spells to taunt and annoy, and preventing the party from fully resting. The next day, they finally emerged from the one wood. Marin's Grove lay at the end of a river, so it was back into the folding boat for them, with Gillian swimming alongside. The river quickly turned into rapids, however, requiring them to use their skills and spells to keep the boat from tipping over as they careened around corners, through trees, over rocks, and heading into a waterfall. Gillian faced her own challenges, swimming through the currents, utilizing her own teleportation magic and some friendly fish to aid her journey to the waterfall. As they all tumbled at the edge of the falls, Gillian came through, swimming up and casting Featherfall on the entire group, letting them gently float down to the river below. As they emerged from the river, they realized they had reached their destination, as the beach before them was posted a sign that says, Chris, you could hear yourself. It said, "Behold, Marina's Grove, harm not, lest ye be harmed." For a hot second, I could hear myself full volume. And you all are here. So yeah, this is where you all are currently treading water in a river. Behind you is a waterfall. The water you're in is pretty gentle. Let me drag you all over here. Oh, note, this is a big map. So zoom in, probably.
Oh my gosh.
It's one of those maps. 150 or 200% is usually what I'm operating at. that makes them look kind of normal. Yeah, you all are now floating there. On either side of the river are thick trees. Ahead of you, where the boat landed in the water, it's now just sort of gently floating. You all look down the river a little bit at the boat, and Rykresh has materialized on the edge of the boat, and he's just sitting on the edge of the boat watching you, all tread water, soaking wet.
Is he wet?
He is not. The cat is just sitting on the edge of the boat. You all noticed that probably about the time you were about to go over the waterfall, he dematerialized into a black cloud of smoke again.
Gotcha. It sure is some mighty fine powers you got there.
Me?
Yes, I want to be dry too.
Yeah, don't quite like the water myself.
I'm a fan of it either. There's my voice.
It takes a couple lines and you get there.
Uh-huh. All right. Do I see anything around?
You see on the beach, just to your west, you see that sign posted in the ground. It just seems to be kind of roughly, it's a pretty rough looking sign, but it is hammered into the ground, and it says, what did it say? Behold Marina's Grove, harm not lest ye be harmed. It's written in 3 different languages. The top one is common, and then underneath that is it's carved in Draconic, and under that it is carved in Elvish.
Okay.
But it's the same words every time. For those of you who can read it.
I stick my head under water and ask Gillian if she sees anything under the
water. Gillian.
If I see anything underwater?
Then I realize that it probably sounds garbled, so I stick my head above water and ask her again. All right.
Gillian, if you were to go underwater, you would see lots of fish in this river. They're replete with all sorts of fish.
Angelfish?
Yeah, sure.
Devilfish?
Devilfish. Fiends, kill them. A couple of them you can see them kind of swimming up to the waterfall, and they look like salmon. They kind of look like the ones who helped you earlier, but they're just sort of swimming up the waterfall. But beyond just a whole bunch of fish, the water's pretty clear. But you can probably see out to about 100, 120 feet out just in the water. But it just looks like this river just continues down into the forest.
There's no crocodiles.
Can we swim ashore?
Yes.
You sure can. The shore is over here. At least that's the first shore you see. You could, the river continues on through this forest, but you do see a break where you could go ashore right here.
Yes,
right.
I prefer to be in the trees than the open water.
Sounds good. You said the sign was in Common, Draconic, and Elvish?
That's right.
Okay.
Rykresh says, somebody want to collect this boat? The boat is just very gently just easing its way down the river with him sitting on it.
Why don't you? You can appear and reappear. I don't see why you can't collect a boat.
I can't carry the box this thing turns into.
How deep is the water?
The water ranges between like 10 and 30 feet deep. Where you're at right now, it's probably about 15 out there in the kind of this section.
Okay.
Cathra, you're probably standing in about 3 or 4 feet of water at the moment.
I'll jump in and walk to the boat to collect it.
Okay, just along the bottom.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean style. Just.
Mhm.
All right, you are able to walk up to where you see the boat above you. Does your machinist mean you don't need to breathe water, or can you just hold your breath for a long time, or how does that work?
I do not need to breathe.
Okay. Then you were just able to walk along the bottom of this
It's
river.
not if I can swim or not, but I guess I have a swim speed, so.
Yeah. You, especially with your like wood and metal and armor on, you're probably sinking to the bottom and
Yeah.
walking like
Yes.
along the floor.
All right.
But you are able to get up to the boat and you can turn it back into the box that it comes in, the collapsing boat box.
Okay. Is Rycrush still in it?
The minute it starts to condense into the box, he disappears in a puff of black smoke. And
Alright.
Kethra, he reappears on a branch next to you.
Says, get away from me.
I'm not going to touch you.
Give away my position.
Oh, the black cat that turns into smoke is giving away your position.
Kethra, I'm looking and the trees don't seem to be attacking Rycrush, so can I assume it's not the same live vines as the other place?
Which that you reminded me of something.
Uh-oh.
No. The forest is much different than the one you were in before. This one, from the sounds of what you're hearing, Kethra, is teeming with life, whereas the one wood was dead silent. There was nothing beyond the forest in that forest.
Mm.
This forest seems to be full of animals that you can just hear things happening, all birds, howls coming from distant
Well,
sections.
during this conversation with Rycrush, she takes a few steps into the forest and hides from him.
All right. You just step into some branches, Kethra, and just immediately all you can see is branches. Wow. Where'd you go?
But for the DM, she just stays about like behind the row closest to the tree, so not going too deep, but just enough where you can't be seen from the water or the shore.
Okay. You're able to just sort of get behind some of those branches where they're sort of going right in front of your face, and you're just peering out.
Yeah, and then as we
Predator.
move, I'm just gonna kind of follow along the tree line shoreline.
Okay.
Party won't even know if I'm there.
That's right.
I never do, that's for sure.
That's the usual, yeah.
Go ahead, try looking for me.
Look for who?
That's right.
All right.
We're supposed to be finding something in this forest.
Yeah, the dryad or something.
To remind you, yes, your quest is that you are here to find and speak to Marina, the druidess who owns this grove. Because she might have information on the location or status of the creator who you're trying to find.
All right. I'll wait to the forest.
Is there anything I can make to try to track where we need to go or what path we need to take? Or does this just look like a natural path ahead?
It does kind of look like a natural path ahead. You could do some like survival checking or some. If you do survival checking, I would say you're what you're looking for is like tracks. You're trying to like see if you can track anything using the ground.
Yeah.
If you want to use nature, you'd probably be looking for more for like, animal sign or just getting your bearings, getting a sense of the wood itself.
Yeah, let's try and see if I see any druid tracks.
Okay. Kaylin, you
Rolled a 2.
see in the soft earth, you do see a number of what you presume to be animal tracks, but you can't make heads or tails out of where they're going or Even really, what with a 9, what kind of animal they are.
Mm-hmm. There's some animal somewhere in this forest. That I can confirm.
Excellent.
I will have my
What about
head
me?
on a swivel, though, going through here. And Styx is flying
Okay.
above.
Got a 14 survival.
You see pretty much the same thing, Kethra. You can see the tracks. You might be able to make out clear what kinds of animals you're seeing here. You see what is probably pretty clearly a bunch of like deer type creatures, like maybe elk or deer or something like that. You see what looked to be maybe wolf track somewhere.
What about my survival?
My God.
Your survival, Tim. What, you have a +9 in survival?
I just saw that. Like, good lord.
Yes.
I thought I was the tracker. I hang my
Okay.
head in shame and go back to the party.
I live by myself in the RD forest. I had to survive.
Yeah.
Those leeches
Tim,
are deadly.
you
You gotta know the difference.
you take a look at the tracks that everyone else is looking at, and you see mixed among them.
Leeches.
You think you see what seem to be slender footprints of what is probably a solitary humanoid of some kind. It's wearing a shoe, a human shoe.
Human shoe.
My friends, do you believe these tracks are from a slender build wearing one human shoe?
Not 2 human shoes.
No.
Just 1 human shoe.
They're constantly taking on and off this one shoe every step.
Swishing feet. And being as close to the banks of the river, Tim, all you can really tell is that it goes farther into these tracks go farther into the forest,
All right, I'll get my
westward.
magnifying glass and hat, set off and follow the tracks.
Okay.
Just like, bent over 90 degrees,
Just
walking
walking.
forward with the magnifying glass at the tracks.
All right.
Caitlin sighs but does follow.
Tim, yeah, the tracks just lead pretty much straight westward at the moment. As you all are following Tim, walking westward, Raycrash is popping from branch to branch, dissipating and reappearing. He does at some point say to you all, listen, it's entirely possible that Mariner's not going to want to give us the information willingly. I just want everyone to be prepared that you may have to take other measures to get her to tell us what we need. She's, as far as I knew from what the creator spoke of her, I never met her myself, she doesn't like folk. She likes her animals. And she likes her forest. And she doesn't tolerate people in it messing about.
So she wants a forest as a gift?
Threaten
She
to,
got one. That's where this place is.
threaten to burn her
Crater
forest
gave her-
down.
Creator gave her this grove to, as a present, I suppose, but I think more than anything else to keep her from harming the folk who used to live around her.
Does she have a talking black cat yet?
I don't know.
I hear a voice from somewhere say that.
Who
The
said
woods
that?
speak to- Who said that?
Imagine she says that every time she talks.
She
Who
said
said
something, and then who said that?
Maybe we can offer her a black talking cat.
Oh, I see.
that?
Pops for it a bit.
can show her those seeds and tell her we helped a tree somewhere.
We could tell her we watered that tree that one time.
Have you ever?
Therefore, we are friends of the forest.
So, who used to live around here that don't live here no more?
Rykeresh says, as with most places in Anonyma, this grove used to be on another plane of existence. Who used to live around her? That I couldn't tell you. I don't know the history of her home plane. All I know is that she was brought here, she was given this place, and before that, she didn't like civilized peoples.
Most of us don't seem very civilized.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Maybe you'll get along.
Well, that's good enough for me. Let's go.
First, we have to find her. Lead on, Metal Man. Or Metal Wooden Man.
I'm not sure myself.
I don't know the exact ratio of wood to metal.
I don't know, Tim, it's like 60-40, like wood to metal.
Yeah. What proofing are you?
Straight alcohol.
Do you need us to crawl our tokens westward?
Yes, please. You move your way westward.
Cursor maps.
Yep.
That was a big old
Thin
area.
rays of light penetrate this ancient grove. The trees above are bearded with moss, but those closer to the ground are burned and long since dead. Between them, ahead of you, Tim, you can see a crude wooden gravestone.
That's not part of the forest.
You know, the further west we go, the more likely we'll hit a Donner Party situation. I would say.
Mm.
Who will we do first?
I don't need to eat, but I find it fun.
As you all are going along to this particular part of the grove, you all suddenly hear gigantic wings flapping coming your direction. It sounds like something is flying right over the trees, and it sounds gigantic.
Styx, go check it out.
All right, yeah. As Styx goes to fly above
He's
the tree
invisible,
line.
also.
Okay. The trees here are about between
me too.
40 and... we're all invisible. The trees here are about 40 or 50 feet tall. And Styx begins to fly up. You all glance behind you at where the sound is coming from, and you all see a huge... Because right now the sun is coming through the treetops in these thin rays of light, and you see what looks like a huge shadow blocking out the light coming quickly your direction. At about the time it's almost going to be over you, and Styx breaches the top of the trees as he's flying up. You all look through the tops of these trees, and you see a great green winged figure. And Styx breaks through the trees, and he almost runs into it, but then has to duck back down. A huge green dragon flying right over the treetops. A boar in its claws. It doesn't see Styx, and flies right past them, and you all just hear the grumbling of a dragon and the flapping of wings pass over your head and fly on farther westward. Styx, however, sees the dragon, if Styx goes back up to watch him fly away, sees the dragon continuing on westward and then cutting southward, and he loses sight of him as he flies over some trees to the south.
Okay. So Styx comes down and
Tells you what he saw.
rematerializes. Yeah. Dragon! Boss, there's a dragon up there! You guys are so dead! Kaylin will turn to that cat and like, do you know if there are dragons in this forest?
I didn't know about the dragon, no. Doesn't terribly surprise me, though. Well, it surprises me a little bit.
I'm the DM, after all, I should know.
At least what I know about dragons. The green ones are supposed to be particularly nasty, if my history books are anything to go by. Why Marina would choose to let one live in her forest, I have no idea.
Maybe a dragon ate the damn druid.
Maybe, but then we have a much bigger problem.
Yes, we do.
With the dragon gone, now all that's left in this grove is the tombstone, the wooden.
Even more foreboding now.
That's right.
All right, I'll go up and look at the tombstone.
Okay. Tim, you go up and read the tombstone, and as you do that, are the rest of you keeping close to Tim, or are you giving him the large amount of space you currently have?
I'm looking around for threats. It's just fucking dragon flew overhead. I'm head on a swivel. Like, I don't like this place at all. We just went through a forest that tried to kill us.
Yeah, that's true.
And the cat just warned us that this lady doesn't like anybody in her forest, so I am on high alert. Alright, Scarlet's going to be behind Tim.
Okay. As Tim begins to approach the gravestone, you all start to see what you think are little blinks of light in this grove, just sort of spread out a little bit. And at first you kind of think maybe it's fireflies, but as your eyes sort of adjust to the semi-darkness here with the thick canopy, they start to look larger than firefly. Yes, pretty fireflies. I'm imagining Scarlet's voice as she types this. They look larger than fireflies. And you all begin to hear slight whispers on the air. And at first, you can't make them out. But as Tim gets closer to this gravestone, they start becoming more clear. Scarlet, as you willingly try to address these little blips of light that are whispering to you, you hear a voice saying, "Are you here to destroy her? I can help you." That's what you hear. Scarlet, behind you, Kaylin, you hear the exact same voice. It's not a different voice. You all begin to hear the same voice kind of from different places. And behind you, Kaylin, it says, "Are you here to destroy her? Will you avenge me? She's a murderer."
Is it Gillian?
Kill the official. I can help you. Promise me you'll destroy her and I will help you.
Why?
Tim, as you get next to the gravestone, you read, it is written in the same handwriting or carving, I suppose, as the sign you saw on the shore, carved into this gravestone, and it says, "Here lies Chrisen, human friend and companion."
So I mentioned that has like killed a bunch of people just to protect her. I mean, maybe defensively, but
and as the voices get louder, and you all begin to sort of look around him. You see, in fact, one that sort of comes into focus in front of you, and and as it comes into focus, it's just an orb of light floating there in the forest. And the whispers sort of coalesce into this one floating ball of light. And it says, will you avenge me? Will you destroy the witch?
Scarlet's talking to it. Is it responding to that?
What does she say? Let's see.
Excuse me.
You ask your question, Scarlet, and the voice begins to answer, and it starts to seem very disjointed, like it's trying to remember, and it's taking long pauses, and then it just continues on talking. It says, Marina, betrayer, murderer. I was her. Will you help me destroy her? Will you avenge me? And then it kind of starts repeating the same things it was saying to you. And it comes back to, just tell me you'll help me destroy her, and I will help you.
How can you help us, friend? You don't seem to have no body.
But I do. It's
You're
just
already dead. Why do you want revenge?
I was betrayed. I need to venge. I need to release from this place.
Oh, I can help him.
I can help you.
Scarlet, you're a paladin. Can't you just bless him away or something?
We were warned that she is very murdery.
Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
Give you some of that divine word.
You don't have a level 7 spell slot anymore. I checked.
I checked.
It says I do.
Oh really? I must have messed that up. You used divine word on the last fight. You have not long resistance.
But yeah, we also don't know anything about this situation.
Right. Tell us more.
Kethra, try to give me a persuasion check. As you try to pull more out of this spirit that doesn't seem to really remember much.
I'm going to intimidate him instead.
Okay.
Intimidate that ball of light. I will snuff you out.
You're not very intimidating. And as you go to intimidate it, everyone sees you now. You give away your position.
Yeah, I came out of trees.
Okay.
But where was I?
That's right. Who said that?
Hey, the worst magician in our party soon.
I was sent to... but I fell for her. But she betrayed... I can help you destroy her.
You already fell to her. You're weak.
I am weak, but my hammer is strong.
What hammer?
I can help you.
Well, I've already
You don't have your hammer.
Tell me you'll destroy her, and I'll help you.
We haven't even met her yet. You know where she is.
I can help you find her.
We'll take care of her without you. You're just a floating soul. seen scammers like you.
So if you guys want to just say that to the spirit and just try to move on, you certainly can. Right now, the spirit is just sort of repeating kind of the same kind of lines over and over again, offering to help you destroy her, asking you to promise to destroy her, kind of offering his help, just kind of that over and over again.
Curious she would allow a spirit and a gravestone in her forest of one that she killed.
It is, yes. Curious. She loved our creator as well, though. As far as I could tell, her not liking anything but her land. Perhaps she's a romantic.
It's probably a fake gravestone. Kept attempts to push it over.
Give me a strength check.
Oh shit. While Scarlet's trying to talk to it.
Yeah. We figured out what happened to make sure everyone has all the facts before we decide whether or not she needs to die.
Read it in Scarlet's voice.
I'm not. Yeah. Meanwhile, Catherine is behind Scarlet, just cracking that gravestone in half. I cannot do your voice, Scarlet. I will not try. All right. As you guys do both those things, Scarlet, you try to sort of try to pacify the spirit floating in front of you. And Catherine, you break the headstone. The spirit says, "You're going to her. That will be enough. I will go with you to her, and we will destroy her." And the spirit begins to sort of fade out of view slowly. And as it does so, every once in a while, you all can sort of, like, the visual of this orb of light is gone now. But you all can kind of faintly hear whispers around you, behind you, just every once in a while. And they're just sort of repeating the same things. Just, you can barely hear them. It's like, will you destroy her? Promise to destroy her. And beyond being able to hear that every once in a while, the spirit is gone now.
For all we know, that could have been a damn test.
Good riddance.
Other than that, this grove seems empty. Now that you have conversed with and dismissed the spirit that you can still kind of hear around you. And you saw that dragon a little bit ago, but the rest of this place seems empty. A large old grove full of mossy trees.
Look, there's an
Tim?
opening this way.
There is. Yeah. Catherine, you can see an opening to the southwest that leads farther into the forest.
I'm
Tim,
only
with
following
your
Detective Tim.
yeah, you with
case.
your bent over like magnifying glass, keeping an eye on the tracks. I'm gonna let you give me another survival check with advantage because you never really lost track of the.
I'd like to think he was bent over 90 degrees the entire
entire
conversation, just never looked up.
Yeah, after finally talking to the spirit.
Yep. Yeah, so give me a survival check with advantage, Tim. All right. 25. You can see, Tim, that the slender footprints have been here multiple times. You can see older footprints. You can see some newer footprints. They seem to sort of congregate here multiple different occasions. And they lead farther to the southwest towards where Kethra was pointing you. Towards an opening.
Okay.
checks out.
But it's footprints because she was sad, gloating.
You cannot tell this from footprints. These are gloating footprints.
Are they jaunty?
Are they-
Springy?
Can you tell if there's any footprints on the top of the gravestone where she might have been dancing on the grave?
You do not see any gravestone footprints.
Follow that, Tim.
Yep.
To the southwest we go.
Southwest.
Your stupid giant map.
Tim, Kethra. Wind ripples through these woods, and on it rides an odd sound, a clicking, growling noise from the west. The incessant growling drifts far from the west, but as you scan the woods, your eyes fall to the southwest, where a stone tower stands before the setting sun. Stony boughs made to resemble branches protrude from its walls, and darkened figures rise from these crumbling limbs like ornaments. Closer than that, though, Tim, you see pretty close to your west-hand side there, you see a 15-foot high iron portcullis embedded in the stone at the mouth of a long tunnel. It's covered in moss, and the stones are crumbled and aged. It's sort of an ivory stone at one point, but now it's sort of been stained green with the nature that's overtaken it. And it looks completely ruined, but it looks still kind of in working order, maybe.
Does it look like someone's been using it?
It does not. It looks fairly ruined, like crumbling. The actual portcullis itself is all rusted.
Okay, you said there's a clicking noise coming from the other side.
Yep, there is a persistent, eerie, clicking, growling noise emanating from the other side of the portcullis.
Do footprints go to there?
You look around, Tim. Give me another survival check. This one without advantage. You're not. Say again.
I said Tim investigate.
To investigate.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that +9's getting some work.
Why can't you track anything, boss? Shut up.
Tim, they do not. These slender humanoid footprints that do not go towards that portcullis. They seem to go straight to the south from here and straight back north into the grove that you came from.
Okay.
It doesn't look like any prints that you can see have led into this portcullis area.
Sounds like there's a beast on the other side.
Yeah, I relay that information.
Yeah, it's like a clicking, growling noise, and it's just sort of constant from the other side of that gate.
And I start getting straws to see who wants to be the person who reach in there first. Without
Oh,
looking
no.
to see what happens. I guess I'll stop Tim investigating and go up here and listen. See if,
All right.
are there any holes or anything I can see through?
Yeah, it's a portcullis. You can't really the dynamic light doesn't really make this very easy to describe, but or visualize. But it is bars, and you can see on the other side of the bars a tunnel into this sort of mountain that the portcullis is built into, and it leads into darkness. Give me a perception check as you stand there listening to the tunnel. You can see the tunnel about. You can see the tunnel extending about 60 feet farther, and that's where the kind of the sunlight starts to die out. But it just seems like it'd be like a stone tunnel leading into the mountain on the other side.
Friends, there's a tunnel here that's making some clicking noises. And occasionally growling.
That's not a good tunnel sound.
I didn't think so either.
Tim, it looks like a creature. The portcullis is set up so that it looks like someone small enough might be able to squeeze through, but you certainly can't. But it does look like the bars have been rusted and haven't been moved in a long time, but it looks like that you might be able to lift this portcullis.
We don't even know what's in there.
No, we don't.
No, you
We're
don't.
not lifting the fucking portcullis. It sounds like it's bad news.
That is a good idea, DM. Let's do
No.
it.
I'm just saying.
If you wanted to
looks
open
you
the
like it's
tunnel to
possible.
hell, you could.
What? Someone saying wait?
Some southern voice is saying, "Wait."
I don't know. I have a 5 perception.
Would you like to listen, Scarlet? See
No.
what you hear? Yeah. Scarlet wants to go in. Scarlet
No.
wants to say,
At least make a perception check now.
Learned. Well,
"I have not moved." All right, Scarlet's.
Scarlet lifts it. She doesn't care what's inside.
Yep. All right, Scarlet, give me a.
Oh. She takes a gander in there, though.
I'll move you up there, Scarlet. Scarlet, 22 perception. Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, the tunnel that you peer into extends about 70 feet into the mountain until it falls into darkness. You see at about the 60-foot mark that the tunnel leading into the mountain, leading farther into the darkness, kind of looks like becomes a crossroads. Like it continues on east and west, but there's north and south branches too. And Scarlet, you're fairly certain that the clicking, growling sound is coming from both the northern and southern branches of this path.
Hello. Hello.
Scarlet, you yell out, "Hello, do you need saving?"
Hello. Do you need saving?
Good job, Eric. And you see, as soon as you yell it out, Scarlet, the growling ceases. The clicking sound ceases entirely. It's silence down this tunnel. And what you see, Scarlet, is two red, baleful eyes turn around the edge of this tunnel path and looks eastward at you. And another pair of red, baleful eyes come from the northern path and turn and look at you. You can't... this is 60 feet into darkness, though, and you can't make out what these things are. But you see two sets of red eyes looking at you from the darkness of the tunnel. And the growling, clicking sound begins anew, louder this time. And then the two figures disappear backwards farther into the tunnel. And you lose sight of them.
I don't think they're very chatty. Or capable of speech.
you want to send... how big is that hole again?
The bars are such that a small creature might be able to squeeze through. But otherwise, someone would have to lift the portcullis. Or climb over this gate to get to the other side.
Alright, but do we really need to go in there?
I mean, curiosity is
'Cause
pretty
it's-
high right now.
Because it sounds
red eyes,
dangerous.
guys. Red eyes got a tunnel.
Red eyes always
Who doesn't
means
like-
friendly surprise. Red eyes in darkness. Friendly surprise awaits us.
Great.
Well, Scarlet's lost interest, so I guess we can go on.
Yep, she no longer wants to save them.
I mean, they're not talking back, and they just sound
No,
like they're
they're-
monsters.
All right.
I'll
Tim,
To the door.
I'll send Sticks. No, I'm not going in there. Sticks, I'm sure they won't see invisible. Just get in there. Let us know what's going on. Gah! And his tiny ass will go invisible and dart in the bars, and he does have the devil's sight.
the devil's own sight.
The devil's, yeah. He's got 120 feet dark vision.
Okay. Styx flies into the tunnel, and it's fairly narrow. It's probably about 10 feet across in a lot of places. Some places it's a little less. And he gets to an opening. Well, he gets to that fork, and he looks to the north and south, and he sees like empty dens, like little alcoves to the north and south that are full of bones and matted like branches and just piled up dirt. It looks like something has been denning in these two little alcoves. He continues further on eastward down the tunnel, and he reaches a little opening. And he sees in the darkness the creatures that Scarlet saw. They, to him, look like deformed, malicious wolves. They're pure white. They have bright red eyes. They have these like bony, sharp protuberances coming from their spine, going down their back, and their back leads to a scorpion-like tail with a stinger on the end of it. And they're pacing this opening. There's two of them. And as Styx flies in there and begins observing them, they immediately begin sniffing the air.
Presumably he would be smart enough to start backing out.
And hold on, I'm rolling something.
Oh, fantastic.
and one of them sniffs the air and turns its head like it's looking at Styx, but Styx feels like he's looking straight through him. And this thing starts growling and approaching him.
Yeah. Styx will give off a yelp and start flying back towards us.
Okay. He flies back to you. Styx doesn't exactly know when he lost them, but he just flies down the tunnel and out the bars and back to you.
Big, scary doggies. Tails like mine. Big, nasty. Good senses. Y'all should go in there. Be a fun time. Yeah, that sounds bad. Is that
Are there any
this tunnel we're looking
switches around the?
It's this stone thing here is the portcullis.
Gotcha.
Are there any like switches or levers or anything?
No. Well, as you look through the bars, Tim, you can see that on the other side there used to be a chain with a wheel that could raise and lower the portcullis. That's long since the wood of the wheel is broken down. The chain is disconnected. That doesn't seem to work anymore. It seems like nothing but either a feat of strength lifting this portcullis or someone trying to climb over the gate.
Why would she have them caged up then?
Mm-hmm.
She had to open.
It looks to you like this gate hasn't been touched in a very long time.
Weird. Okay. I assume they're like guard dogs or something. But
Yeah, she just hasn't had to use them in a while, maybe? Nobody's been in here?
yeah.
Just forgotten about? It's still alive somehow? They're hungry.
All right. Yeah.
Other than that, Tim, the slender humanoid footprints still lead to the south.
Okay.
Or kept us standing.
Kethra, you have
What are you up to?
approached what looks to be an ancient, like, guard wall There are how high is this? There are 20-foot high walkways atop ivory-covered white marble, white marble wall, supported by thick white marble columns. Some sections are looking like they're sort of crumbling. Some are still kind of standing. All of them are covered in ivy and growth. Where you're at, these ivory walls. Let me do the description. On higher ground, squat 2 stone windowless guardhouses, braided with moss and vines. Marble walkways, at least 20 feet from the forest floor, converge on this knoll, snaking out in all cardinal directions. Which you can just sort of see as there's a building to your north, there's a building to your south, and these walls sort of extend outward from these 2 buildings. And the door to your north, Kethra, the vines are covering it. Like the vines are going over the seams. Like no one's opened that door in a very long time. The building to your south is equally covered in vines, but the door itself seems to have been, at least to your vision, opened recently because the vines that have grown on the door are disconnected or broken off from the rest of the building.
Do we need to get inside?
If you'd like to.
Is that where the tracks led?
No.
Damn it.
Tim, Kethra went off to your west a little bit. The tracks actually lead south of where you guys are at currently.
Sorry, so this is a door or a window or what?
It's a door. It's a door.
Are there openings? Can I look inside?
You cannot. It looks to be some sort of maybe a guardhouse, or it's built in as part of this wall that's sort of extending around the forest. But it looks to just be a solid rectangular stone structure with no windows.
Does it look like a trapdoor?
Perception of 22. I would actually perception. I would let you listen and look at the outside of the door. If you want to investigate the door to sort of see what maybe you can see with the mechanism or the handle or anything. All right, 22 and 17. Kethra, you listen at the door and hear nothing. You examine the outside of the door and don't see any issues. As you examine the doorknob, maybe playing with it a little bit or trying to look in the lock hole or just messing with it, maybe you pull it open just a tiny bit to sort of get a sense of it. You feel like there is something tied to this door on the other side. Like there's some resistance on the door that reminds you of a tripwire.
I can't remember if I used up my hempen rope.
Did we smoke that rope?
We smoked that rope 2 nights ago, guys. It's all gone.
I tie some rope to the handle, stand back, and yank, while jumping out of the way.
That could be an alarm, also.
No, too late now.
We'll find out.
Kevin's already doing it. Kevin, you do that. You yank on the door comes flying open. You hear the snapping of twine or something. And you see a crossbow bolt go flying out the door, embedding itself in the wall of the other building.
You guessed correctly.
Trap deactivated, guys. Let's go.
I will open the door for you.
I think it was an alarm trap.
Yep.
All right, go investigate.
Now
Yeah.
I'm paranoid. I'm going to investigate the room before I enter it.
Okay. What is in this room? You see that there was, in fact, a trap wired to this door. There was a piece of twine tied to the handle. On the other side of the room, the twine was connected to a crossbow that was aimed at the door. Set up on a little table. On the east side of the room is a mirror carved into the middle of the east wall. That's a 10 by 10 decorative looking mirror. There's a wooden trestle table that lies on its side in the middle of the room. An iron chandelier with melted wax candles is suspended from a rafter above it by a rope tied off to a hook near the northern door. And that's kind of all you can see without stepping into the room.
All right, Tim. Looks safe to me.
All right, I'll walk in.
All right. Tim, you walk in and you see all of what Kethra saw, but then you also see in the northeast corner of the room, tucked behind an iron stove in the northeast corner, is a dead halfling in leather armor. His face is twisted into a mask of horror.
Huh.
Oh, halfling. I don't care about those kind of people.
Is this what's this in the middle of the room? Is that like a wall or something?
That's you can ignore that. That is the wall that is extending north and south from the building, but it's on the map.
Okay.
The room itself goes underneath
I
this
see
wall.
the halfling.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. Wait. What? Can I see what killed it?
Sure. Give me a medicine check, Tim.
All right.
Tim. What you see is he has slashes from what looked to be almost like a clawed hand across his chest, and he has burns on his body in various places. They look to you not like fire burns, but like electrical burns. Like he has been shocked. So he's been clawed at.
I've seen that and felt that before.
Yep, you know what electrical burns look like. And then Tim and Kethra, as you look at this creature, two things call out to you. One, it looks like the armor that this halfling is wearing is in remarkably good condition, and looks it is a deep purple armor that looks like it might be special in some way. The two of you also, upon inspecting the body like that and seeing its wounds, the whispering you all heard to the north begins to get louder, and it begins to change. He promised he'd help, and but he refused. He refused to help after he promised. You won't refuse, will you?
But hey, we never promised.
Yeah. Yeah, promise, friend. Did you do this to him?
The ball of light reappears in the room with you, Tim and Kethra. He promised to help. You won't help either, will you? I must avenge myself. You must help me. I see you guys running up.
I see things escalating.
Tim and Kethra, the white light begins to coalesce even more and grow and begins to take on a humanoid shape.
Ooh, it's a dancing light spell.
Large red claws
Oh.
emerge from a large human skeletal figure. And the voice begins to plaintively call to you, and it says, I just wanted your help. I would have given you my hammer, but you have to refuse like all the rest.
We never.
And claws out, it begins to approach you.
Hey, I could have used that hammer.
We'll take it from his deaded body.
Yeah.
Is there
And
a hammer?
I'm gonna
I just heard more
need-
claws.
Yeah, we never agreed or disagreed to help you, sir.
This creature does not see him entirely in his right mind. This skeletal, ghostly figure.
Heyo.
Jesus.
I'm glad I knocked your tombstone down. Now you're nowhere to go and kill you.
You destroyed my tombstone!
Wait, really?
It's a great insult.
Yeah, I knocked it over with a critical.
He did. Yeah, he did knock it over.
Why am I not on the turn order?
Did you have your token selected?
Yeah.
Do it again, I'll change. What was it?
Change.
Oh, you can change it? Okay. For this first round, only Tim and Kethra are going to act. The rest of you, being outside the building, are beginning to hear this conversation happening, but you are, at the moment, unawares that this thing is attacking. Let's get some battle music. Which means that, Tim, you are up first.
I'm sorry. We didn't help, I guess. Now you must die. Cast Guardian of Faith.
Okay, I actually have a token for this.
Awesome.
I don't know if you remember our conversation, but you're about to.
I do now.
Catherine,
like-
wait, you...
How did you already have a token selected? Oh yeah.
Yeah. What you see as Tim summons this Guardian of Faith,
Frank Leachington Jr.
a giant leech with a golden sword and golden shield floating at either side of it, appears.
Very terrifying.
What does the spell do now? I'll give you control of the token.
Any creature hostile to you moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on a Dex saving throw.
Okay, you can put that wherever you want.
Okay. See, it was supposed to be 30 feet away, so I'm gonna move him here and go up to the Guardian or the dead guy,
Okay.
Chris.
Chrisen.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't have a fucking hammer. He has claws.
Yep, he does not have a hammer.
You sit on a throne of lies.
He was offering you his hammer,
Yeah,
but he yeah.
somewhere else.
Ask him where the hammer is. Is that hammer still on the table?
I mean,
How
you
big?
can try to talk him down.
How big of a hammer are we talking here?
I would like to work something out with you, please. I don't want to fight. I just want the hammer, really.
They betrayed me. She betrayed me.
You won't
you-
tell us how.
She killed me.
Why?
I don't know. The skeleton holds out his clawed arms in agony.
Do you really not know?
I offended her in some way. She destroyed me.
Misogynist skeleton.
Think about your last interaction with her. Really analyze what you said to her.
Are you sure
We're
you
gonna
weren't in the wrong?
psychoanalyze this entire situation.
When she killed you, did she have a good reason?
You're a guy, Kristen. Chances are you were wrong, Kristen.
Tim, Kether, if you guys are actually trying to talk him down with this, trying to he responds to you after saying all that. He holds out his clawed hands to you again and says, "You will help me? You'll destroy her?"
We'll help you figure out what you did wrong. They got you killed.
I don't know.
Look,
Who?
this is a perfect place for a therapy session. Now, we're gonna have a talk about this.
Who even is this lady? We don't know her at all.
We need to hear her side, unfortunately. And then we can come up with a ruling.
We'll have an 8-point plan afterwards.
This ghost does not seem amenable to logic.
Well, that just sounds like a problem he has.
Fine.
Hey, Scarlet.
We'll help you, okay?
The ghost leans in very close to you, Tim. You'll help me destroy
Ooh,
her?
now punch him in the nuts now that he's that close.
We will help you. Yes.
Tim, the ghost puts his clawed hands on your shoulder and almost sounds like he's weeping. Says, "Thank you! Thank you! I must be avenged!" The skeletal head gets real close to you, Tim. "My grave! She buried me with the hammer that can destroy her.
See, we should have grave robbed him.
Take it, my gift, and destroy her." And Tim, at that, the ghostly figure begins to back away from you and dissipate, and turns back into the small white orb and disappears from vision.
Oh, I wanted to hit him.
That was some good lying there, Tim. I mean, total truthiness.
He might still be able to hear us.
Oh no.
Kether's gonna strip the half elf or halfling.
Okay. Kethra, what you find on the corpse of the halfling?
Let's stop calling it halfling. It's a corpse mannequin.
Corpse. Okay.
It's just there to have clothes on it.
A corpsican?
Yes.
It is clutching a short sword in one hand and a burnt torch stub in the other. Both of those seem very plain. The short sword has a little bit of rust on it. As you search the corpse, yields a Dungeoneer's pack with spoiled rations in it, unfortunately. A small amount of tobacco wrapped in a large, soft leaf, and a 6-foot-long smoking pipe made of ivory.
It's got a joint?
It's got a pipe.
It's got a joint.
So it's the only way to smoke it is in a pipe. The pipe, made of ivory, possibly a narwhal horn, is carved to look like a twisting serpent. The real prize, though, Kethra, is the
Is the joint.
that's right. Is the purple and steel-looking suit of leather armor that he's wearing. That looks decidedly special to you.
Now, can I tell if this is useless because he died to claw marks? I mean, I don't want leather that can't withstand claw marks.
You won't know until you spend some time with it and identify what it can do.
All right. Well, as she's investigating, she tosses Tim the pipe and the weed, and it's like, "Here, for you. I don't want to impair my senses."
Smart.
We'll give this to our tracker instead.
I offer,
I'm so high, guys.
I offer
Bent
some
over
advice.
90 degrees looking for tracks.
Going in circles.
So, can Frank follow me around for the next 8 hours, or does he have to stay there?
That is a great question. Let's see what that spell says.
That's 8 hours?
Yeah.
He came out all this awesome giant leech, and now it's just gonna
And then you just
follow you around for hours.
I don't think you can.
Okay.
I don't think it's movable.
He looks so dejected, and we walk away from him.
You guys walk out of the room, and the giant leech is just standing there with its sword and shield, ready to do battle.
Oh man.
And you slowly shut the door on it.
It starts making the little puppy whining sound.
Yeah.
Thanks, Frank. I'll see you next time.
No.
So, does he just hang
Don't
out there
leave
for the next
me.
8 hours until he's
Oh,
like
the things he sees.
dispelled back into his
I guess
plane of
so.
existence,
That's what I'm reading.
and I rip him back towards me again?
I mean,
Yeah.
well, I don't. Yeah, because concentration spells you can turn off. This one's not concentration, so I don't know.
No, it's
if
just you
can
just do it.
turn it off.
He's staring at the corpse for the next 8 hours.
Just poking every once in a while.
He can't move. He can't
Yeah.
reach it.
He's
Yeah.
not next to it.
What a weird spell.
He's just looking at it from the other side of the room.
Purely defensive.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go.
First we
you guys
talk,
do-
then we cast spells. Next
Yeah.
time.
You guys do see though on the southeast side of the room, there's another door.
All right, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
rob that grave.
Okay.
Rob that grave.
So you just want to hike back to the grave and start digging?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the destroyed tombstone.
Yes.
I'm going to investigate the door.
I had permission. Okay.
All right. Tim disappears for a while he's going back to the grave to dig up a body.
Save my spot, Frank.
Kethra, you investigate that door, and it has been barricaded. It looks like he's piled things up against it, tables and just
On this
junk. Yes. But you can clear that out pretty easily, and you don't see anything special about the door. It's certainly an old door, but
Alright.
you.
Open it.
All right. Kethra, you open this door. And you see a pebbled beach that rises from the river to towering pines and great oaks, whose tangled canopies block out the sun. Along the river bank, a giant creature stomps along the ground, occasionally raising its long neck to the trees above and munching on some leaves before slowly idling away. If it notices you at all, it doesn't make any reaction to you. It is just stomping around, eating leaves.
Is that a dinosaur?
It sure looks like one.
Okay. What about this thing down here?
Where at? Oh, down there. You catch a glimpse walking around the trunk of a tree to the south is what looks like a giant badger. It is a badger, but it is a solid 4 feet tall, and it is currently just walking around a tree, rooting at some roots and eating some things at the tree roots and moving, just walking around.
Does it look threatening?
It doesn't.
Kill it.
I know. I kind of want to make Tim's leech actually do something. So I'm thinking about attacking and drawing.
You'd have to like draw them into the room somehow.
Mm-hmm. But I don't want to hurt it.
Hey, you're opening doors into like different worlds or something? What's going on? Like
This is another part of the forest, but you're literally he's just seeing a bunch of wildlife in this section.
It's further down the shore.
Yeah, you can see the river that you guys left in here, Kethra.
Oh.
And this large brontosaurus-looking creature is just munching on leaves in this little section of the grove.
And is this part of the building destroyed?
Where at? Yes, it is crumbled down there.
It's opening?
It is an opening, yep.
Sorry, Leech, I got nothing to bring to you.
Tim, while that's been going on, you've been digging. Do you have anything to dig with besides your hands, or are you just like hand digging at the earth?
I have a shield.
You just shoveling the dirt with your shield?
Hey, if it works, man.
It is shields, not shovels.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Tim, give me an athletics check as you dig up a grave with the shield.
Okay.
Okay. While that was happening, you got maybe a third to halfway down. We got about maybe 3 feet down into the earth, and you're still digging. What are the rest of you doing?
I want to explore that destroyed building.
Tim was our tracker, so he left us.
I'm tracking a hammer, guys.
And Ketra's also left you. She's gone off on her own adventures. All right. Kethra, as you get close to that badger, it suddenly notices you and scampers off into the woods.
Got a boring walk.
Yep.
Where did he get?
Yeah, Brontosaurus still is not paying you.
You went in the room and then left a different door?
He went in the room, left through the different door. You all just lost sight of him going into that room.
Yeah. I usually lose sight of him.
You see anything?
Kethra, this area opens out into a huge section of the forest. You can see just trees in all directions for a long distance. What you also see is in this section of the wood, there are piles of rusty weapons, burnt torch stubs, greasy glass bottles, rusted armor of all shades and materials, and other paraphernalia. You scan the trees and you find no danger amongst them, but amongst the branches, you notice tiny figures. And at first, you're not sure if they're creatures or something, but then you recognize them as totems. Totems fashioned from twigs, feathers, tattered cloth. They resemble like small, crudely assembled dolls. And as you take that into your vision, you glance around and you see dozens of them on every tree, on multiple branches.
That's not creepy.
You see all of these little wooden dolls, stick dolls, their little sightless eyes watching you.
Well, that's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I have no interest.
Really?
Let's approach the dinosaur.
Okay. Approach a dinosaur. How are you approaching a dinosaur? Stealthily or yelling at it? What are you doing?
Nah, just walking up to it.
Jauntily.
Non-threateningly.
All right. As you walk up unthreateningly to this brontosaurus-looking creature, it is picking some leaves, and it very lazily, its head looks down at you, Kethra. And then it raises its head back up to the leaves and starts eating again. It doesn't seem to care that you were there in the slightest.
Tell me about this wild boar.
That wild boar is drinking from the river. It is just standing on the edge of the river, just drinking away.
I want to pick a fight with a wild boar.
The boar has also not noticed your presence. Ketra's walking through a forest, finding wild animals and going, do I want to fight that?
Probably not the brontosaurus. But a boar. It's good eating.
I know. Are we hungry, guys?
We're not with you, so you're going to have to make that decision yourself.
Kethra, on a branch nearby, Rykresh pops into existence.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, you remember the sign, lad?
Holy shit, where'd you come from?
Hey, I've always been here.
I watch you while you pee.
You should get that checked out.
Yeah, what about the sign? It said not to hurt the forest.
If I know anything about druids,
And
you start
don't.
picking fights with the animals, you're gonna get on our bad side.
Oh, like agreeing to kill her with the spirit wasn't getting on her bad side. Tim digging up the druid killing hammer. I'm sure that won't get on her bad side.
Yeah, don't worry. I have no reason to pick a fight with a boar.
Nor a
Sorry,
cat. And he disappears.
Because that boar's a punk, right?
Fuck you, boar!
I'm back, guys.
Hey.
I feel like Kevin is very disillusioned with the forest. Just forests suck.
We're 0 for 2 on good forests.
That's right. Tim, you have been digging for like 10 minutes with your shield, just pulling away dirt. And at the bottom, you find there's no coffin down there, but you do find a body, and it is a skeleton of a human. It's a human skeleton, and it's got tattered clothes. You can tell it used to have probably a very nice suit of metal armor that is now completely rusted. There's almost nothing left of it. He has been positioned so that he is doing like the warrior death pose. And in his hands is a flawless-looking warhammer.
Ooh,
Okay.
flawless.
It has not rusted even a little bit.
You have anything else on him?
Yeah, is there not... Do I notice anything else that might...
You do not.
Let's say be a problem.
Yeah. The skeleton attacks you.
We already went through
No,
that.
The first time.
Yeah. He already attacked you.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
gingerly take the hammer out of the grave.
All right. This hammer has... The heads of each hammer are 4 sort of raised spike-looking protuberances. And the flat part of the hammer has an engraving or an embossment of a spell book on it. And you put it away.
Are there words on the hammer?
They're not. It is like an image of a spell book. There's nothing on the spell book. It's just like a not a symbol, but like a drawing of one. But like raised on the metal.
Okay. All right, I'll put it in my pocket.
Giant warhammer sticking out your pocket.
Is it a warhammer in your pocket, or you just have?
It's both.
All right, and you can rejoin. Yep. You all meet back up.
Hello, fellow adventurers.
My God, that's a big hammer. I hope that's a hammer.
Yes,
Wait,
it is a
let's find
hammer.
out.
I took it from a skeleton.
I hope this was worth it.
Too. It's so nice and heavy.
Investigate this door for traps.
I think I could kill 100 druids at this point.
You hear me? I dare this druidess to sick her forest on us now.
Kethra, you're investigating that door. All right, Kethra, this door is overrun with vines. You could open it, but you'd be breaking vines that have grown over the seams of the door. You see no evidence of foul play here or anything special with this door. It's just a rusted, vined-over door.
Would it be easier just to cut the vines with my rapier?
Probably.
Or dagger?
Yeah, we could just slice the seams, and then the door would probably open for you. Yeah,
It's like opening a package.
that's right.
Let's do it and open the door.
All right, you open that door. There is a rusty lantern hanging from a rafter here. This is a musty room that contains 4 wooden beds with moldy mattresses. At the foot of each of these beds are empty, overturned chests. At the north end of the room is another door. The room smells disgusting.
Found a good place to rest, guys. Is there another door, you said?
There's another door on the north end of the room. Right.
This smelly room with moldy beds. Fantastic.
I don't see a door.
Oh, you don't see it? I'll move the thing a little bit out so you can see
Very
it.
small room.
Oh, I'm sorry. The dynamic lighting is going through the room. There's 2 parts to this room.
Oh, what
This is the northern end of the room.
What? I just walked through a wall.
Yes, you did. Try it.
I would like to investigate this door. I don't trust doors anymore.
All right, go for it. Same thing. The door seems to be probably either vined over or grown over on the other side of the door this time, not on the inside. But you think you could probably push the door open.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Trying to see if I can clear this out for you, but I don't think I can.
Ah.
Kethra, you bust this door open.
There are 100 druids.
I like to slam it shut again.
What a
Okay,
guy.
okay. For an instant, Kethra, you see through the doorway a mass of thick webs shrouding the trees. The webs are festooned with desiccated beasts cocooned in silk hanging from boughs. 2 giant spider eyes turn to look at you as you shut the door again.
My mistake.
How big do they have?
Wait, they said the third door down
That's
the hallway,
right.
not the second.
Oh, spider room.
My bad, you guys.
Wrong door.
You now, Kethra, can hear the distinct sounds of skittering on the other side of that door.
I'd like to quickly rejoin the party.
You can quickly rejoin the party. Drag you out of there.
Do we know who you are?
As a prank, you should get one of us to open up the door.
There's a great door up there, guys.
Yeah.
Just go open it.
I'm
The
too
bad part
terrified.
is Scarlet is not smart, so she would probably go open it.
Yeah. Someone needs help up there.
She slams this door shut and is like, all right, just kidding. This is not a good place to rest. Let's move on.
Okay.
That's all we need to know.
All right. You all are left with your.
I didn't see anything amongst the web, did I?
Yo, you saw a giant spider, a giant.
Or I meant something
blue-
valuable. I didn't see
Oh.
anything gleaming.
No, you saw a
The
bunch of
important
wild
stuff.
animals. Yeah, you saw a bunch of wild animals wrapped up in cocoons, and you saw a couple giant blue and white spiders that noticed you when you were closing the door, but you didn't see any humanoids at all in there or valuables in there.
Oh, good.
But would the room with Frank not be a good place to rest if we needed to?
We've got 8 hours.
Yeah, but Frank can only protect us if the enemy moves towards Frank.
Right. Within 10 feet of him, right?
Everyone huddle around.
All sleep in the ooze of the giant leech.
Tim, back to tracking for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right now you guys are left with. You guys have explored these buildings thoroughly. You're left with the portcullis you left and the tracks.
Fuck that portcullis. Don't need to go
Those
in
wolves
there.
has pretty cool armor.
There were scorpion wolves in there, and I don't want to go in there.
Scarlet's gonna go back and try to talk to them again through the portcullis. And just gonna be like, we're leaving now, so if you need help, you need to tell us now before we go.
Scarlet, you're not sure if you hear the clicking, growling sounds this time, but you do not hear an answer to your question. You don't see anything down the tunnel either.
So, okay, bye! Get merrily along, her armor jingling behind her.
A weird ass fort. Is this all just walls?
These are the same ivory stone walls. What it's looking to you like
This is a bullshit
that
forest.
These are ruins, that the forest has grown around the remnants of some kind of fort or city, maybe. Like there used to be something else here.
Hmm.
And the forest has overtaken it.
Alright. Which side of the track's going?
Tim, the tracks continue south through the ruined walls. Directly to your east, you see a building. Amidst the splendor of the forest stands a 50-foot tall stone tower carved in the likeness of a tree. Its twisted boughs reach from its walls for the sky, and massive ravens perch motionless from these limbs like statues. At the tower's base is a 12-foot high arch framing stone double doors. Which you actually don't see yet, sorry.
Yeah.
You're
Where's this?
on the wrong side of the tower at the moment. But you can see that this is a giant 50-foot stone tower. It looks like a tree. And you do see perched on all the boughs of these trees are giant ravens.
Wait, where'd you go?
Side of the broken walls.
Oh, south.
To the south.
Oh, I gotcha.
This is another giant area.
Tim, you are now in the area that Kethra saw earlier. You see the remnants of things. Weapons, armor, glass bottles, just stuff. Littered on the ground. And hanging from the trees, you notice, like Kethra did, tiny little wooden totems everywhere just watching you.
God, not these things again.
You all hear a voice. Hello? You here to see the mistress, yes?
Who's asking?
Ooh, yeah.
From a tree nearby to your east, a figure seems to morph out of the wood of the tree. He's made of wood himself. He has a wooden club in his hand and a buckler on his arm made of wood. And he looks
Like a woodman.
like this. A woodman, yes. and he begins to approach you. You here to see Mistress, yes?
Yes, we come bearing a present.
Mistress sees your journey. Mistress would talk to you.
Great.
How much of this journey did she see? Like, did she really-
Did you see the bad stuff?
Can't you see through
private
pockets?
Tim, you hear a faint whispering right behind your left ear. Good. It's almost time. You'll be able to do it.
Do what?
Avenge me.
You promised to kill her, remember?
I said something else that was vague.
You were trying to be vague. The ghost latched on to whatever you were saying.
Yeah, I just promised to help. I didn't say.
Yes, that's right.
Did you read the user agreement on the hammer?
No, I wanted it. So I clicked yes.
I clicked I accept as quickly as I could.
The wood waves his club and says, "This way to the mistress,"
Ah, you
And
seem
begin-
trustworthy. Sure.
and begins jaunting this way.
All right.
We jaunt alongside.
John.
Do the footprints go this way?
They do. The slender humanoid footprints that you were tracking, Tim, do in fact lead straight over here.
Tim is relieved. He still has purpose in his life for a few more minutes.
That's right. When his tracking is done, he will shut down.
He'll go into existential crisis mode.
The woodwode comes to a large stone archway with a wooden door in it and knocks on it with his wooden club, and it begins to open. And I must gather you forth. As you guys are doing this, you're noticing,
Yes.
probably especially you, Kaylin, because you said you've been having your watchful eyes everywhere on the forest.
Mhm.
These giant ravens, all of them, and there's like at least a dozen of them on this giant tower, are all locked. Their vision is locked on you as you all walk near the tower. They don't move, but all their heads just follow you as you all walk towards the entrance.
Yeah, will you move my tokens, please?
While jaunting, Kepler disappears into a nearby bush.
Okay. I will gather you all to move into the room. He opens a door into a little antechamber. I must gather you forth. Actually, the same map, which is why it's so big. All right. He takes you into a small antechamber. And as you guys all walk into this first room, the doors behind you just shut close.
Why do we need a
Assuming-
depressurization to get in here?
Assuming yeah. And as that door closes, the inner door opens. And you all are free to enter. And the woodwoe does not go any farther. He just waves you inside at this point.
Honestly, thought she'd be living in a tree or something.
Are you guys all here? Oh yeah, you come in. Okay. Kaelin, as you enter what appears to be a throne room. Dead leaves and twigs cover the dusty floor. The room has a vaulted ceiling 20 feet high. Stone pillars carved into trees line the hall, at the back of which is a crystal throne. Sitting on the throne is a cloaked female figure whose face is completely hooded and darkened from view. At her side is a huge albino white three-headed creature purring at her touch. 2 heads asleep and one watching you closely. Beneath the hood comes a sweet yet imperious voice. Welcome to my domain. You may call me Marina of Marin Grove. Harm not these lands, lest ye be harmed.
We have not touched anything in the forest.
You did not touch the forest, yes, and for that I am grateful. You did not harm my animals. You did not harm my trees. Tim, at this point, you start hearing incessant whispering. She's here. We can do it. You can avenge me.
What can you tell me about this Christen fella? Hello, I'm Tim.
Damn, we need to ask her about the crater first.
We're here to mediate a conversation with a guy you may have met in the past.
Oh, God. I needed 2 more seconds with that.
Hold up. What? Don't say anything about that.
That might be a contentious conversation, is all I'm saying. Maybe we ask her about the creator first, and then you can have your little undead guardian fight.
See. Alright, I'm gonna step back for a second.
Oh my God.
Do not think I do not see what you do in my forest.
Alright, Kenther comes up. Alright. Woman to woman. Yes.
Woman to woman. Let's talk.
You may have seen our construct dig up a hammer from the dirt.
Wait, we don't know if she saw that or not. Oh my God.
You may have seen knock over a gravestone.
No. Caleb just starts stepping back and just putting his hands on his crossbows. This is why I don't work with others.
I'm going to be honest with you. Those are the 2 things we may have done.
Oh my God.
We're just here to have a conversation. Do you remember a man named Christen?
That you did not harm my animals or my trees is the only reason your trespass was allowed, and that you are still alive. Christen was a companion. He was sent to kill me a long, long time ago. We developed a relationship that ended badly. That is all I will say of that man. You...
That's it. And badly dead.
He is dead, and I understand you have defiled his grave.
That's one way of putting it.
We did. Do you find it amusing?
God damn it.
As I said, that you have not harmed the forest is the only reason you do not rot in the ground.
Now, aside from the side quests,
Chris,
I'm going to select the dialogue option that says, go back 1. Go back to the
I no longer care.
Go back to the main menu. But enough about that.
We do come with the sole purpose of finding something out from you.
I assumed as much.
Do you like black talking cats?
Don't offer her anything yet.
Rycrash is invisible right now. You guys do not see Rycrash at the moment, by the way.
I kid. I hope you find it humorous, but tell us what.
I don't get the joke.
Sorry to delve into your personal life about Kristen. He wasn't that good looking of a man anyway.
all skull and claws. You know, just, not a looker.
He obviously did something wrong to deserve what he got, and for him trying to come kill you, I think you gave him what he deserved.
Give me a persuasion check, Kethra.
Persuasion, you say, huh?
I do.
What are we persuading her?
I'll let you choose between persuasion or the lying one.
Deception.
Deception.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
shit.
god!
Look
I
at the-
gave you a choice.
Look at her fucking deception.
Because I assume you actually don't hold the feelings you're conveying to her at the moment.
That's true. I don't. These are all just words.
That's right. She nods. You notice again, Catherine, that you can't see under her hood at all. You should be able to see at least into darkness of some sort, but whatever is going on there, she's hiding herself from you with some sort of darkness or obfuscation, and you can't really make out her voice or her face very clearly. But you can see her nodding. She says, yes, he was ultimately an enemy, but my time with him was enjoyable. But he is in the past, and we are in the present. Tim, at this, the voice in your ear begins almost screaming at you. None of you else can hear this at this point, but the voice is screaming, now! Do it now! Destroy her!
Why now, though? Why not later?
How does 4 years from now sound to you?
We did not particularly agree on a time to which we had to destroy her.
It's true.
Now, let me see if she can help you, my friend. How about that?
I want her destroyed. I don't want her help.
Like,
Water
destroyed the paint on her fingernails, or...
How evil is she looking to us right now, guys?
Like,
I'm gonna continue talking.
Okay.
say something about the fucking creator. The reason we're
Yes,
here.
yes. Kristen was in the past. You used him for what he was worth and discarded him like the tool he was.
Are you writing a screenplay? What's going on?
Kevin's really leaning into this.
This is good material. I'm getting all this down.
But you know, I think there is one man that truly loves you. Does she react to that?
You have her full attention. Her eyes are locked on you at the moment, Kethra.
You know who I speak of?
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Do you?
Steve.
She doesn't say anything else. She's just still staring at you, Kethra.
I hear he has quite a giving heart. Of course, we don't know the context of why he gave you all this land, but, you know, you only hear one side of the story. We've come to hear your side.
You wish to hear the story of myself and the master of this realm.
We do.
For what
Yeah,
purpose?
PG-13.
Yeah, exactly. long and lurid. I know why you are here.
We hear he's gone somewhere, and we're just trying to find him.
You're just trying to find him.
Yes.
You are not
You hear a
part
voice
of
pop up.
the...
I just want to go home.
Says, you are not part of the invasion of my forest, of the creatures that fly above and fly within. And as her voice rises, Kethra, you hear from outside the walls the squawking of ravens, and from in the distance you can hear wolves begin to howl as her voice comes up. She says, you are not involved in the creatures that murder mine and my own.
In fact, we've
Yo.
been fighting these
Right.
creatures the whole
We are
time.
trying to get out of this place without harming your forest.
Or-
The master, the creator, has brought us here against our will. I'm sure he's done things to you against your will.
No.
The master's disappearance has allowed all this invasion to occur, and we are trying to find him to stop it.
Yeah, what he said.
And then again, just a voice. I just want to go home. I have to find this guy so he can send me home. Where is he?
She wants her stuff back.
Yes. I need my armor back because it is mine.
Feel free to
I-
look into our hearts and see the truth we speak.
She's not a god.
Kethra, when
Next
you
thing we
say
know,
that, you
Ketra's on
do.
an altar.
You're not sure that you don't see a slight yellow glint in her eyes when you say that, Kethra, and she glances at you. And she says, "So you want my help to locate the missing master?"
We'll give you a black cat.
No, you bloody well won't.
That cat's still on the table.
I have need of fighting arms as yourselves, so I will trade you information for your services. I have problems in my forest.
I got problems, lady.
I have fiends who have occupied a cave in my forest. I have thus far not rooted them out, but I will require you to destroy them.
Points at Scarlet. That one's all game.
Demon hunting is what we are all about.
It's very good. Actually, I had a whole speech written that I'm going to go back and read now. She stands up and her voice sharpens and she says, "Vermin infest my domain, threatening the delicate balance of these woods. Demons infest my caves. Orcs, cursed with lycanthropy, hunt my wood. They wield the curse as a cudgel with which they decide who amongst my children will die. They've worn out their welcome. And though it pains me to order this, they must be put to the sword. All of them. Let none live to spread their foul disease. Once you have done this, once you have purged my woods of fiend and lichen, then I will give you what you want."
That's a big ask.
What are your thoughts on collateral damage? Something might get damaged while we're defeating these fiends, you know? And we want you to kill us because we accidentally snapped a twig.
He puts his fireballs forming in his hands in his pockets.
If you are in the service of my wood, I will overlook minor transgressions.
When you say minor transgressions.
Minor.
If one of my beasts die, I will murder you to a man. Other than that, sits back down on her throne.
Fuck. How do we know which one are...
Can you just order your beast to just leave us alone so we don't accidentally kill one?
That I can do. You will be not harmed by my most savage beasts, nor my calmer ones.
Hey,
They will.
ask her about the dragon.
That'll help.
Hey, I got
Ask
this,
her about what?
The
I got this
dragon.
voice in my head. Can we ask her about that guy yet?
Oh yeah, let's ask that too.
Yeah, Tim, he has been kind of screaming this entire time. It's been hard for you to follow this conversation.
It hurts my head a little
And Tim,
bit.
at the corner of your eyes, Tim, you think you might see the ball of light forming. You don't see it clearly, but it seems like
boy.
it's trying to form in the room.
So we met this
Hypothetically.
hypothetically. If there is this guy who, let's say, he claim or his ball of light claims you betrayed him. Now, I think his name is Chrisen. Can you enlighten me on that? His voice is pounding in my head right now. I can't concentrate on anything else.
Get their backs away from you.
One of us may need an exorcism.
She says, Chrisen was my lover for a moment in time. Things ended poorly between us. I could understand why he might still be angry. Have you, she stands again, come to harm me in his stead? Tim, the voice screams, yeah!
Well, he has said something to that effect. I'm just trying to get the full story here and wondering why he thinks you betrayed him and why he would want to kill you in revenge. I don't know how that would help, since he's still dead, but you know.
I will put it simply to you.
Any chance you're holding a pen and paper while you're talking? Like you are in real life.
I'm making notes.
I need to make notes.
Taking air notes.
I will make this simple for you. He was a lover to me, but he was not an ally to the woods. And when that became clear, he became an enemy to me. That is all there is to the story.
Did he set fire to the woods? Or did he squish some spiders?
He harmed my creatures. And once again, her voice starts to get a little bit louder and more imperious. And you hear the noises of the forest sort of get a little bit louder.
Shouldn't have fallen in love with a crazy druid.
Yeah. Alright, well, I don't think... So, he harmed your forest and then you killed him, huh?
As I will kill you, should you do the same.
Yeah, okay, I got that. I don't know. I mean, a life for a life. Killing another
Is
life.
Tim literally having like a mental exercise on whether to do it now? He's got the hair.
What exactly did she agree to do if we help her clear out her stuff? Just tell us information?
Information, yeah.
Okay. Well, I assume Kristen doesn't have information that we need.
Yeah, I'll ask him if he has the information we need.
Because unfortunately...
At this point, Tim, it is just blabbering. He is just screaming at you. Like, she's here now! Kill her!
Alright, well...
And Tim, you think you can almost feel clawed hands on your shoulders.
I knew I shouldn't have robbed another grave last time.
That's our party's motto.
Yeah. So
Robbing one too many
We
graves.
shouldn't have robbed another grave.
I think my friends, I think we're about to be visited by that spirit once again because we are not killing her fast enough, I'll say.
Let's check this outside. He tries to push Tim.
Our friend's having an episode.
Okay, Catherine, you start to push Tim out. Tim, I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw. As you feel the clawed hands begin to materialize, you think you might be able to keep him in check for just a moment.
Oh no.
Maybe long enough to get outside. All right, Tim. Assuming, Kethra, you are pushing him out the door at this point.
Yes.
Tim, you still kind of feel those clawed hands on your shoulders, but for the moment, you seem to have it under control.
Back, demon.
But you do still hear, and now that you're not in line of sight of her quite as much, the voice isn't as strong.
Uh-huh.
It's not yelling in your ear, but it still sounds a little bit like you've got what's the mental not OCD. What's the thing where you hear voices?
Schizophrenia?
Schizophrenia?
Schizophrenia.
Mm.
You've got that kind of thing going on.
Okay. I'm gonna take out the warhammer and look at it, and is this worth it?
Well, you could take some time to investigate it and see if it's worth it, but right now, yeah, it's a good
Okay.
question.
As we're pushing them out, Keth is like, give us 5 minutes, and if you have any animals that enjoy being ridden and can take us, to the
Ooh.
cave, just give us 5 minutes.
You will not ride my animals.
Like, we need like a fast travel system or something, so we really don't want to. The more we're in your forest, the more. I mean, we don't want to accidentally step on something.
She says, I will direct you to where you need to go. The fiends have taken residence in a cave to the north. The easiest way to get there is through a portcullis from the
Okay, now.
former residents
Now.
of this place.
When you say
These guys really
portcullis,
scared us the first time.
we saw a bloody portcullis.
The fiends are in there.
There were monster wolf creatures guarding the tunnel. Are those yours?
They are not beasts. They are fiends from the depths of hell.
Oh shit!
And they have
All
no
right, let's go
place-
kill those things.
Little Caleb's on board. They have no place in my forest. And to the south of the forest outside of my front door, travel south along the rocky ridge, and you will find an abandoned township. There, in the caves surrounding it, are the lichens that threaten to overconsume my wood. It is regrettable. At one time, I would have considered them friends, but they are no longer.
Well, at least that's a step in the right direction.
Okay.
You will leave now, yes, and complete the actions for which I have given you, and then I will tell you what you need to know.
Marla will raise her sword and point it at the direction of the door and go, tally ho!
Very well.
Oh, Mr. Demon!
All right, the three-headed chimera watches you as you exit the room, her hand still petting its head. She otherwise, beneath her cowl, you can't see her reaction to you leaving. And you all walk out back into the eerie woods, ready to fight her battles. And that is where we will call it for tonight. Do you have a winner on your poll?
I didn't even run my poll. I wasn't.
Ah.
I wasn't on it. Sorry.
Yeah, let the patrons vote and they can do it next week.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Give us all inspiration.
Let us know in the Discord
Yeah.
channel MVPC for this week's session.
I mean, if we're not going to run a poll, I'm going to call it. I'm going to give it to Catherine. She
Yeah.
bullshitted and explored
Yeah.
the hell out of this session.
That's true.
So, Catherine, you can have a point of inspiration.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you to Reese, Rochelle, Raymond, Heather, and Eric. And thank you to our wonderful fans for watching.
Thank you to our awesome DM, Chris. Go to roguewatson.com for recaps and patreon.com/roguewatson if you'd like to support the channel. Head on over to our post-session discussion chat for the Lost Plains. We'll also be jumping over to that stream after a short break. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Now I'm really curious what else could have happened.
Yeah, this one had a lot of, like... I mean, hell, we started a battle and then ended it very quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
What could have gone wrong?
What could have gone wrong? Yep.
I know technology did not go right for me today.